Hey everybody, I'm Paige. Welcome back. And if you're new, thanks for watching. Today's topic is the 5 stages of recovery and what they may look like during your recovery process. The 5 stages are pre-confrontation, confrontation, preparation, action, and maintenance. So let's get right into it. Stage 1 is the pre-confrontation stage. This is when we are still in denial from our eating disorder and we haven't quite grasped the fact that we have a problem whatsoever. We deny to everybody, including our friends, our family, and our loved ones, that we are okay and nothing's wrong. But they are slowly picking up our symptoms and our behaviors that we are acting out on, maybe at home or in the workplace or at school. People are tending to start to worry about you, but you are just acting like life is fine. So at this stage, you are not willing for any help, and you don't even want to recognize that you have an eating disorder or are doing anything wrong. So this stage is hard for your loved ones and your friends because they're seeing what you're doing and the behaviors that you're acting out in, but that you don't think that anything is wrong or you have an eating disorder. This stage can be the toughest for both you and your loved ones because if you're in the pre-confrontation stage, this usually means when you're doing the most harm and the most behaviors that are reflecting badly on your body. It usually takes some counseling or some therapy to start to realize that you do have an eating disorder and to come to terms. Because coming to terms with your eating disorder is the first step in recovery, and to me, it is definitely the most important step. Taking that first step means that you are willing and ready and committed to get help, and that you recognize you have an eating disorder. All right, so number 2 is the contemplation stage. At this stage, we have admitted that we have an eating disorder, and we are willing to get help. But the fear of recovery and getting help and gaining weight and having to have a good relationship with food fills us with fear. We are absolutely scared of letting go of our eating disorder and starting to eat healthy because we have lived like this for so long and it's all we know because our eating disorder mind has been telling us to act out these behaviors for so long now. The idea of help is very exciting to us at this stage, but it's just so much more fear that comes along with it that we have to rationalize and there's just so much fear that comes along with that we have to sit down and write down and talk to ourselves and step by step tell ourselves that it's okay and recovery is only good for us and that we are finally deciding to take charge of our life and change our unhealthy habits. Number 3 is the preparation stage. The word pretty much sums it up for itself. At this point, you are preparing for the treatment course that you're going to take. So whether you're going to go to inpatient or outpatient, or counseling or therapy, anything that you decide to do, this is where you prepare and you make your plan of action to what that might look like. So where would you like to see yourself in 2 months? Or what are the goals and the short-term goals that you'd like to achieve in the first steps of your recovery? You want to prepare as well as possible to make sure that you have a game plan, and just in case something or a bump comes in the road, to have a plan B just in case a bump comes in the road, to make sure that you are prepared at every stage. At this point, you are completely comfortable with the fact of getting help. You are no longer in denial, and the thought of recovery is actually exciting to you. Of course, we're still going to have fear, as we always will, until recovery and then thereafter. As to now that I'm about 7 years clean from my bulimia, I still have fear around certain foods or certain anxieties when things arise in my life. But if we prepare enough, we are ready for anything that comes our way to fight it head on and to stay in recovery and stay as positive as we can. All right, before I get into stage 4, I just want to say if you like and subscribe and comment down below on how you feel about this topic or any other topics you want me to talk about in the near future, that'd be awesome. So don't forget to like and subscribe. So number 4 is action. At this stage is when we take all our preparation and all our work to put something into play and actually go forth and do it. So at this point, whether we chose to do inpatient, outpatient, if we had to be hospitalized or just therapy, we are going to start doing it at this point. So whether it's going into a rehabilitation for 30 days or if we're just seeing someone on a weekly basis, at this point we're usually filled with anxiety, fear, shame, and so much more because we are letting go of our eating disorder. So at this point in our recovery, when we're very new, we almost feel like we're losing control and that everything we worked so hard for is gone. But the truth is you are gaining control of your life back. You just decided to start living. So that's the biggest achievement that you could possibly make, and the most control that you could possibly have, is to let go of your eating disorder and to decide to take action and do this and follow the steps out. So at this point, even though you're filled with all these emotions, it is so important that you stay committed and willing and ready to take these steps and start your recovery and the action to start your recovery, as this is the first day to the rest of your life, and the sky's the limit, and you can do whatever you would want to do. So at this stage 4 is action, and you're carrying out the plans that you made on your recovery. Number 5 is maintenance. So at this stage, you have already committed to your therapy or whatever treatment plan that you have taken, and you are working on the maintenance of your recovery. So at this point, you want to focus on relapse prevention. So you want to make sure you're in tune with how you're feeling. You want to notice your triggers and what is caused for maybe a relapse. You want to make sure that you don't do that. So you want to take every precaution so that doesn't happen. It is so important because at this stage, you're learning to live without your eating disorder. And for the first little while, when it's taken away from us, we feel nude. We feel like we don't know how to live or where to start, because we were living with these bad behaviors and our eating disorder for so long that when it's taken away from us, we literally feel stripped down. So we almost have to learn ourselves and who we are all over again. We get this opportunity to love ourselves and to be happy and confident with ourselves all over. So you need to take the stage and slowly do it. It's not a rush. You want to take this process and do it step by step because you want to make sure you do it all right to prevent relapse. So this stage is important and it can last for a long period of time. I still feel like I'm in the maintenance stage because each day I'm still working towards my recovery and making sure that I don't have a relapse, and to notice my triggers if they come along, because they'll come along for the rest of your life and you just need to learn how to face them head on and not let them win. I know myself, I'm faced with triggers, sometimes daily, sometimes weekly, and sometimes maybe monthly. But I've put in the work and I've committed to being ready and willing to staying in recovery. So each time something does come up, I have a plan of action to make sure that it's put down. So those are the 5 stages of recovery. Going over one more time, we have pre-confrontation, confrontation, preparation, action, and maintenance. So that's the 5 stages of recovery. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm Paige. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye.